Hello everybody, I'm Thoreon and today I will show you 5 unexposed stage builder tricks in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Number 1. You can stabilize the fall of a piece of terrain affected by gravity by adding a spring or a ladder on or into it. Once stabilized, it won't tip over even if you add some more weight to it. And what's more, if you put some bouncy rubber under it, the terrain will keep on bouncing. Number 2. You can make your own stage mechanism by attaching a gear to a piece of terrain, which will push objects affected by gravity upwards with great force. To stabilize the terrain affected by gravity, we're going to use the first trick shown in this video and add some terrain, which will hold our platform in place. Once done, this type of mechanism will launch the platform so high up that if you jump while the platform moves upwards, fighters will stay on it. Those stage mechanisms pair up very well with bouncy rubber. And if we move the whole structure to the highest place possible, just grabbing the edge or standing on top of it will immediately send fighters off screen. You can also make lava slide across ice, pushing fighters off the screen. With these mechanisms we can also make vibrating platforms, the most unplayable stages, or even animated stages like this Icy Ocean, for example. Number 3. You can perfectly align a group of hazards by selecting them all using the edit tool, then drag one of the little yellow squares that appear towards the opposite ones. This also works for the smallest terrain blocks. With this trick we can precisely test the bounciness of terrain material. Number 4. If you hide a lever inside some terrain, it will block certain projectiles that fly close to the ground, like Pichu's Thunder Jolt. This trick is really fun to use when you are fighting against certain fighters. Number 5. If you place a freehand drawn line at the edge of some terrain, fighters won't be able to grab the edge even with the setting grabbable edges enabled. And if you tilt the freehand drawn line slightly towards the edge of the terrain while making sure that it doesn't stick out, you can go inside the terrain. For this to work, the fighter has to be positioned on top of the freehand drawn line without facing the edge of the terrain. Moving a bit forwards should activate the edge animation. After that,
it's time
to tilt the control stick down. This might take a couple of tries, but once you get the hang of it, you can move freely inside the terrain, in the same way as in the third trick shown in my previous video. That is, if you add another piece of terrain inside or around it. If you liked this video, please let me know in the comments, I'd really appreciate it, and for now, bye!